November 1st, 2019, SmackDown on Fox is and was the greatest SmackDown in WWE history. Dare I say, it was the greatest WWE show, excluding NXT Weekly. It was the greatest show between Raw and SmackDown in the last decade. Jeez Louise, holy moly, what a SmackDown we just had. Thanks to Triple H, thanks to NXT, and it just proves, and I cannot wait to see what the numbers are, and I hope that a lot of people tuned in. I hope that really this is going to change WWE for the better, and I know it's so far-fetched, but I know it's so out there, and I know it's not going to happen. I have that in my heart. I know it won't happen. We're going to get the same BS every single week. Excluding this week, of course, this episode of SmackDown, we're going to be getting Roman Reigns versus, I don't know, Luke Harper or something like that. Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns. Baron Corbin doing this, Baron Corbin doing that. Divorce court, Rusev, Bobby Lashley kissing Lana. We're going to get the same crap every single week. But watching SmackDown today, it really showed, especially when Rhea Ripley and Tegan Nox came out, and they went after the Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Didn't Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose look like they should have been NXT superstars? If we're having this notion that NXT is the developmental brand still, wouldn't it makes more sense if Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville were on that on that roster, and the team of Rhea Ripley and Tegan Nox, who are incredible athletes, should be they should be on the main roster. Shouldn't Adam Cole, after tonight, be on the main roster? And I know now NXT is kind of like a third brand, and I'm so happy that that's the case, because it's a brand that Vince McMahon has not touched, and it's Triple H owned as of now. Not owned, but ran by Triple H, and Vince McMahon hasn't ruined it yet. There could always still be a possibility, especially after tonight. Is one thing that scares me, is Vince McMahon is going to put NXT stars on SmackDown, or he's going to go to NXT and say, you know what, we're going to make this do a brand. You know, I'm going to run this. He's going to start saying stupid things like that, and he's going to do stupid things like that, and we're going to see Bobby Lashley divorce court on NXT. We're going to get a main event, Baron Corbin winning the NXT Championship in the main event of NXT in the next 2 weeks, and that's going to set something up for Survivor Series. We don't know what's going to happen, especially after Survivor Series, but of course that's drastic things. But just watching this SmackDown, I popped for every single NXT superstar. I popped for Bianca Belair. I popped for NXT. I got goosebumps when Triple H shouted, "We are NXT," because it really felt, man. It really felt that I was NXT, and finally NXT is getting recognition on SmackDown. Damn, I wish we have aircraft troubles every single week, because this SmackDown was the breath of fresh air. This SmackDown was something to lo and behold, because this was the greatest SmackDown in freaking history that I've ever witnessed, that I've ever came across. I was intrigued by every single moment, just wanting to know which NXT star is coming out next. And you know, next week's probably back to normal. Next week we're gonna have all these main roster guys, and it just feels like, thinking about that, thinking that these main roster guys are coming back next week, it just feels like, it's like, oh my god, man, it's like, I don't even know, like, what's a great analogy to say? It's like when your parents come up, when you've been home alone for a long time and you have your friends over, the coolest friend, the best friends over in the entire world, and your house just transforms into this very fun place. It transforms something real. But then I'm just saying, if you have bad parents, you know, not my parents, but if you, let's just say your mum comes home, and then you know when you see in those shows where the parents come home after like a weekend away, and then all the friends just like disappear and the kids get upset. Let's think about that moment right now. Put it into this terms, like tonight, the parents were gone, the SmackDown roster, a lot of them were gone. And now our friends from NXT have come over. They've made this one of the greatest nights of our lives. But now next week, mom and dad are back home. And it's going to be back to normal. And it's going to be the same boring, routine things. And that's just how it's going to be. And hopefully, I don't even want NXT superstars to be called up to the main roster, because then they're going to get transformed into WWE SmackDown main roster or Raw. They're going to get transformed into main roster talent and have to be scripted and have to be told what to do, and maybe a gimmick change, and maybe, terrible matches. I'm so happy that Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole got an insane match, and it was the first time in SmackDown in a long time, in like years upon years, that I've actually, like, my heart skipped a beat when Adam Cole was about to tap out, because I kind of wanted Daniel Bryan to win. Reason why is because Daniel Bryan would then go to NXT and have incredible matches, because Daniel Bryan is one of the best wrestlers on the planet. So I was thinking, you know what? This could actually work. This could actually be history making right now. It already was, but this could be history making upon history making if Daniel Bryan wins the title. I was happy. I was so happy that Adam Cole won, but I would have been so happy. I would have had the exact same feeling if Daniel Bryan won, but I knew Adam Cole would win, but it still made my heart skip a beat, and that is something that should happen. That is what I get from All Elite Wrestling. That is what I get from AEW, and this is the first time in a long time. I also get it from NXT, but this is the first time in a long time that I've got it from a main roster show, a main show in WWE, and I hope this, could just get it through Vince McMahon's head. Just tell him, just show him this is what we want. Just show him that we want Triple H and NXT to take freaking over. Subscribe to the Balboa Show, baby.